All right, so we are going to be doing a series on how to create your own weight loss plan for success based on you, made by you. I am going to give you some general guidance, but it ultimately the power has got to fall in your hands for this to be successful. If anyone hands you a meal plan, a prescribed diet to follow, you buy someone's book, whatever, you are taking information from somebody else that it may have worked for them. It may be exactly what they needed. It may not work for you at all. I know people who have lost weight who are immobile. They couldn't do any physical fitness. So if a program required physical fitness, it wouldn't apply to them. I've met people who won't eat fruits and vegetables. So if the plan of eating requires lots of fruits and vegetables, it's not going to work for them right now. You've got to create one that works for you. So to establish your baseline, all you really need is a spiral notebook and a pencil. You can also get your hands on a free app like a MyFitnessPal, an iTrack Bites, which I think they've also paid for version. There is Spark People, there is Lose It. Any of these food tracking apps would also be helpful. So for the first 2 weeks, I want you to block out 2 weeks. This is you learning about you. This is the secret sauce to you actually making a plan that will lead to success. If you know where you're starting from, you can actually see improvement. It's not like in the previous video where we talked about you're eating at 3,000 calories and then boom, day one, you're trying to hit 1,500 and eat all these beautifully prepared meals that somebody handed you when you do not have the culinary skills, the palate for it. It's totally outside of your wheelhouse. It's just like you're kind of intentionally setting yourself up to fail. We don't want to do that anymore. We want to actually make a plan for you, by you, that's going to make you successful. So for the first 2 weeks, your mission is to be a scientist. It's to document everything you do. What do you eat? And how often do you move your body? You want to get all that on paper. So for example, let's just say right now you're hitting Starbucks going through the drive-thru, you're getting a large latte, you're getting a muffin. That's what you do. You just document it. You write it down. The next thing, your coworkers decide to go get lunch or your family decides to go get lunch. You guys go to some kind of all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. You eat 2 or 3 slices of pizza. You maybe have a cinnamon roll. You write it down. You write down all of the food, and it doesn't matter. There is no calorie goal. Hear me on this. No calorie goal. You're just eating as you normally do. And you're journaling. That's the only thing you're doing for 2 weeks. It's Science 101. You can't make a change to a system, okay? You can't bring in a medication. You can't put a new device into place unless you know what the norm is. You can only improve things when you know what normally is happening. So that way you have a baseline from which to see improvement, okay? So for 2 weeks, you eat as you normally do. You drink 5 sodas a day, great, write it down. If you have 3 desserts in a day, great, write it down. Everything you normally do, you just document it. And you can document that in a spiral notebook, or you can document that in a food tracking app, totally your prerogative. Then after that 2 weeks, same thing with fitness, by the way, on a daily basis, how much are you physically moving? Are you maybe taking the dog for a 5-minute walk in the morning and the afternoon? Great, write that down. If you're currently maybe taking one Zumba class at the gym and you go on Wednesdays, great, write that down. This is your baseline of fitness. Where are you at right now? What are you doing right now? Write all of that down. Now, after 2 weeks, what you're going to want to do is, oh, and I apologize, I forgot one thing. You also are going to track your body weight in Happy Scale. If you don't have Happy Scale and you're an Android user, your best bet is to use something called Libra. And what we're looking for here, and you can actually do this manually, what we're looking for is you just weigh yourself in every day. So if you're doing this in a paper pencil type journal, you would do Monday, maybe you weighed 175. Tuesday, maybe you weighed 174.7, so on and so forth. What you would do is if you can't get your hands on an app, you would just add up your weight for the 7 days, average it out. The next 7 days, add up your weight, average it out, divide by 7. And what that's going to do, let's just say at the end of the 2 weeks, you find you are eating an average of 3,000 calories. Let's just go with my example from video 1. You're eating an average of 3,000 calories. And let's say your weight actually had stayed stable. Let's say week 1 it was 175.5 and week 2 it was 175.7. Let's just pretend all that's to be true. What we would assess from that is, okay, the way you're currently eating is maintaining a 175 pound body, okay? And you're eating about 3,000 calories. Now the next goal will be, how do we proceed forward to make adjustments so you can start to make progress? So all of that's going to be assessed in the first 2 weeks. Body weight tracked, food tracked as you normally eat. Please don't modify and eat things you don't eat so you get a lower calorie number or you're hitting a specific target. Eat what you normally eat. And then also tracking your fitness. Where and how are you moving your body through the day? That is your baseline. From there, great change can happen. From there, your program of 1 created by you will be effective because you're not going to be setting yourself up for failure with fitness. You're not going to be setting yourself up for failure with food. You're going to have a really honest depiction of what you're doing. So I'm excited. I'll be back with our next video on how to begin making progress.